Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa mawala. Brothers and sisters in Islam, alhamdulillah, thumma alhamdulillah, we are going to be, inshallah, covering the 24th juz of the Quran today. And what you will see is a very dynamic shift from commandments and stories to more focus-oriented stories and a more broader and elaborative description of the hereafter. The last two juz of the Quran paint the picture of tomorrow, and they paint it repetitively in a manner that drives home the message of the Quran, that what you are internalizing from the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and then practicing and living by will determine where you go tomorrow and how that journey will take place. So on this 29th of Ramadan, inshallah, tonight we will be covering the 24th juz, inshallah. The 24th juz consists of the end portion of Surah Zumar, followed by Surah Al-Mu'min, and then lastly Hamim Sajda, which will be discussed at the end of the juz, and inshallah partially tomorrow. In the first of six things that we want to take home today, inshallah, is the 36th verse of Surah Zumar, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks a question. He poses a question to us. أَلَيْسَ اللَّهُ بِكَافٍ عَبْدًا? Is Allah not sufficient for His servants? I.e., is Allah not enough for us? It's a question, it's a question that's posed in a way that allows us to ask ourselves, where does Allah stand in my life in priorities? After all that Allah has done for us, and recall that in the Quran, He does not describe the creation, the evolution process of the creation of any creature that He has created, except for the human being. From a drop of fluid to a blood clot to flesh, to then weaving the bones into the flesh, and then to put the skin. ثُمَّ أَنْشَأْنَاهُ خَلْقًا آخَرَ, that you become a whole new creation. فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ أَحْسَنُ الْخَالِقِينَ. How blessed is Allah, the best of creators. And then He brings you out into this world, and for those who had parents, and for those who had no parents, those who were born in a home and those who were born in a war-torn region, those who were born on the streets and those who were born in a forest, Allah made sure that your upbringing was there, that you are cared for and taken care, that you are here today. Every human being Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is taking care of. So He asks us, after so many juz of the Quran and so much reflection and pondering that we should have done, is أَلَيْسَ اللَّهُ بِكَافٍ عَبْدًا? Is Allah not enough? Isn't He sufficient? If you had to take 10 suitcases with you to the airport that had abundance of things and things you didn't even know exist, and you had one suitcase that was well packed and had everything and more, what would you grab? Grab the one suitcase. And if that's a carry-on, it's much better. You don't have to wait in the line to check in and pay the fees for that suitcase. You just go straight through customs. And if you got clear or global entry or whatever else, just keep on running. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us He's enough. If we pursue Allah, then the world will pursue you. And if you pursue the world will run from you and you won't even get Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's very important to reflect on this verse. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then paints the picture in verse number 49 of Surah Zumar. فَإِذَا مَسَّ الْإِنسَانَ ضُرٌّ دَعَانَا. The common theme throughout the Quran in this story, for people who go on a boat and the waves start throwing them around, دَعَوُوا اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ. Oh Allah, please help us, get us to shore. And when Allah gets you to shore, you don't even remember what happened, and you forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As we learned today in the Jesus program, that the same disciples that asked Allah for the tablecloth and ate from it, forgot Isa alayhi salam, forgot the message, and made Isa alayhi salam into just a god. See how it went wrong. Human beings have a very small memory. We forget too fast. So Allah is saying when harm inflicts this human being, He calls us. Matter of fact, the Pharaoh who claimed to be God on this earth, asked Musa to call his Lord. Because in desperate times, desperate measures are taken. And the Pharaoh realized he was desperate. So he called for Allah. But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses them with blessings, قَالَ إِنَّمَا أُوتِيتُهُ عَلَى عِلْمٍ. I did it. There's no credit to Allah. This is what I did. This is what I accomplished. This is my success. This is my family's legacy. This is our blood and sweat. Where's Allah? No, this is me. When you go home tonight, search up the story of the three people that Allah sent an angel to and asked them what would they like. One was a bald, one was leopard, and one was blind. Read the story. And each of them said that that Allah can remove my baldness or my skin disorder or restore my sight. And with the prayer to Allah, it happened. And then Allah's angel asked the person, what do you want now? What else do you want? Like, what's your favorite animal? So this one was, goats, sheep, and a camel. Can't recall the exact sequence. But they were gifted, and a dua was made, Allah give barakah to this. Much time later, the same angel in the same form came back. And this time he was in a state of destitute and desperation. I'm a traveler, I have nothing, could you please help me? He went to the same three people, can you help me? Go. How dare you touch this? This is hard-earned money, because their livestock increased. Their wealth grew. They forgot the tough days. Remember one thing in life, especially for the youth. Never forget your tough days in your good days. Never forget who you were when you become someone, inshallah. Never forget who you were. And so what happened was, the first and the second shunned the angel. And he said, weren't you that person that was, I don't know if it was bald or leopard or which one it was. He asked, weren't you that person? He goes, no. But weren't you poor? No. This is from our forefathers. If that's the case, then may Allah return you to your original state. And that's what happened with two of them. They lost everything, and they lost the gift of, I believe it was eyesight or skin and wonders. Don't quote me on this, but check the story. But the last one said, I had a disorder. Allah healed me. I was poor. Allah gave me everything. Take whatever you want. Take it. It's not mine. Allah gave it to me. Let us never become the person, إِنَّمَا أُوتِيتُهُ عَلْمٍ. This is my knowledge. This is my effort. We are nothing, brothers and sisters. We should be grateful to Allah that He's channeling His resources to us, because truly we should be saying to ourselves, we're not deserving of it. We're not the people that deserve it. So thank Allah. And thanking Him means never take His blessings for granted. In Surah Mu'min, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the story of Musa alayhi salam again, and a very interesting angles of approach. But before we get to that, in verse number 3, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about what will happen on the Day of Judgment. Before the Day of Judgment, everything will end. All creations will end. And Allah will put death to death. And there will be nothing except for Allah. When we say هو الأول ليس قبله شيء and هو الآخر ليس بعده شيء, what does this mean? Because if human beings are going to go to paradise and we're going to be there, jinns and humans, for eternity, and there's no end, so how can Allah be the last? Does that make sense? We can understand He's the first because there was nothing before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He created this creation so He could be recognized. There's going to be that point before the life of eternity in paradise and hell that Allah will destroy everything. Everyone will be dead. Everything will be dead. All angels will be gone. Death will be put to death. And then Allah will ask a simple question. Limanil mulkul yawm? Who's the king today? To whom belongs kingdomship today? We can walk the earth with pride. We can show who we are. We can become tyrants on this earth. We can live for 100 years. Good for you. Do what you want to do. Tomorrow Allah will ask a simple question. Who's the king today? And no one will be there to respond. Nothing will be around to hear it. And Allah will then answer after asking 3 times, Limanil mulkul yawm, Lillahil wahidil qahhar. The kingdomship belongs to the one Allah. Understand, brothers and sisters, the more we listen and reflect upon who Allah is and what life is truly about and what the end result is for all of humanity. Because regardless who you think you are and where you live and whatever religion you practice or follow, I love the words of Muhammad Ali. May Allah bless his soul. Say Ameen. A beautiful soul he was. He was a true da'i of Islam for America. There has never been anyone before him or after him who stood with great resolve and determination and love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as it emitted from his words. MashaAllah. He said, we are all different rivers and streams ending up in the same body of water. Doesn't matter where we go, we're going back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And at that time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's truth of who He is will become apparent to the pious and to the tyrant. Moving on, Fir'aun, and this is a very good lesson for us today. Verse number 27 of Surah Mu'min. وَقَالَ فِرْعَوْنُ ذَرُونِي أَقْتُلْ مُوسَى وَلْيَدْعُ رَبَّهُ. See, when a person is blind, they're blind, they're blind. The same Musa, the same Pharaoh that was asking Musa alayhi salam for help is saying today, imagine people are holding your back and you want to go fight someone and punch someone, right? You're just like trying to go. That's what he was saying. Zaruni, let go of me. Aqtul Musa, I'm going to go kill Musa. وَلْيَدْعُ رَبَّهُ, I don't care if he calls us Allah. I'm going to kill him today. We're living in a time where people want to harm people for whatever's in their head. First of all, that's not acceptable. No one's life should be threatened because of anything. And keep that in mind, anything. Every human being's life should be protected. Do you all agree, yes or no? Regardless if they're the color of your skin, they come from the same country as you, they're the same religion or not. Regardless if their beliefs correspond or contradict with what you do. Remember one thing, brothers and sisters. Never ever incite fear against anyone for any reason. It is not befitting of a believer and a Muslim to kill someone, or to harm someone, or to bully someone, or to mock someone, or to put down someone because of the color of their skin, because of the language they speak, because of the caste or tribe that they're from, because of the religion they practice, because of the lifestyle. Doesn't matter. Every creation is a creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who's created everyone? Who created everyone? Allah did. Never ever look down on Allah's creation. Rather be that inspiration for that creation to see Allah through you. You are not the hammer of Allah on this earth. You are the mercy of Allah on this earth. Be the mercy. So he said, I want to go kill Musa. So Musa alayhi salam responds in the next verse. It says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us 2 separate things are happening. Pharaoh is saying something. Musa alayhi salam finds out, and look what he says. وَقَالَ مُوسَى إِنِّي عُذْتُ بِرَبِّي وَرَبِّكُمْ مِنْ كُلِّ مُتَكَبِّرٍ لَا يُؤْمِنُ بِيَوْمِ الْحِسَابِ. Whenever anyone tries to harm anyone, and you are that person that is being harmed, the first thing you say, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. What do we say, everyone? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. The human isn't bad. It's the shaitan that has come into the human being that's making them bad. I was reading a hadith a few days ago where the Prophet ﷺ said, let never a Muslim brother point a weapon on a Muslim brother, lest shaitan makes his hand slip and he ends up in hell for eternity, subhanAllah. What did Rasulullah say? Shaitan. So this hatred and this violence that's happening, we seek Allah's protection first. What do? Seek Allah's protection first. And grant humanity protection also. So Musa alayhi salam called on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect him for every mutakabbir, prideful person who does not believe on the day of judgment and the day of reckoning. As I said in the beginning, brothers and sisters, every night now, every Juz will be talking about Jannah and Jahannam, heaven and hell, the day of judgment, what will transpire. And the repetition of it will paint a very clear picture to us of what's happening. On that day, let me explain to you, the people who are in hell, they are going to be in hell for eternity. Allah will continuously change their skin and body so that they can feel the initial trauma. They will become thirsty. There will be no water fountains in Jahannam. So they will have to make a migration. And they will go towards the core of Jahannam. And over there's going to be Shajarat al-Zaqum. And over there is where they're going to find the water. It's not water. It is the blood and pus of all the people burning. May Allah protect us. May Allah protect every human being. Say Ameen. Allah's mercy is such. In Ramadan, every night He's freeing people from the hellfire. And on the last night of Ramadan, He frees its equivalent and more. Remember, the mercy of Allah is great. Not just for you, for the entire humanity. Pray for everyone. As I said in the beginning of Ramadan, pray to Allah for everyone. Don't pray against anyone. Everyone deserves the mercy of Allah. No one is excluded from Allah's mercy. Now they're going to be drinking that, and it's like drinking salt water from an ocean. You are going to get more thirsty, and then they are going to try to eat the food because they're hungry. Zaqum will have this fruit. It's thorny, it's pricky, and it's nasty, it smells. And when they eat it, they're chewing it, it's ripping up their mouth. When they try to swallow it, it falls out of their stomach. It literally cuts through and falls out. And Allah makes the body again for them to keep on doing it. This is for eternity, brothers and sisters. Eternity. If everyone understood that people will be in heaven for eternity and people will be in hell for eternity, it's a no-brainer that we need to pursue heaven. And we need to make sure every human being goes to that heaven, inshallah. So what the people will say, verse number 49, وَقَالَ الَّذِي فِي نَارِ جَهَنَّمَ وَقَالَ الَّذِي فِي النَّارِ لِخَزَنَةِ جَهَنَّمَ. This goes to show their level of arrogance. The people who are in the hellfire will say to the guardians of the hellfire, "Ud'u rabbakum." Can you ask your Lord? Still never got to the 6 skulls. Didn't you understand Allah is your Lord? Don't you understand that you broke the commands of your Allah? That's why you're here. They'll say, "Hey, angels, call your Lord. يُخَفِّفْ عَنَّا يَوْمًا مِّنَ الْعَذَابِ." Could Allah turn the heat down for one day? Give us a day break. Do you think there's going to be a break? They will call on the people of heaven, send down something from there, send down some water. And it will be announced, Inna Allah harramahuma ala al-kafirin. Allah has made it forbidden, the food and the water of heaven for the people of hell. They will be begging and they will continue begging. Let these pictures that are going to be depicted in the 24th to the 30th Juz open our eyes as our hearts are getting softer. What is it that I'm pursuing in my life? Where am I going? If angel of death was to come to me right now, where would I go? Ask yourself that question. Don't ask other people. Ask yourself. Because you're the best person to answer that. We end with a verse from Hamim Sajda. Verse 20 and 21. حتى إذا ما جاءوها شهد عليهم سمعهم وأبصارهم وجلودهم بما كانوا يعملون. In this world, brothers and sisters, there are pleasures. There are pleasures. Allah doesn't lie. Allah talks about khamr and maisir. وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْخَمْرِ وَالْمَيْسِرِ. They ask you, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, about alcohol, intoxicants, and gambling. قُل, tell them, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, فِيهِمَا إِثْمٌ كَبِيرٌ. There's a lot of sin in these. وَمَنَافِعُ لِلنَّاسِ. But there's some benefit. There is some benefit. You put down a few dollars, you get more. There's a benefit. وَإِثْمُهُمَا أَكْبَرُ مِنْ نَفْعِهِمَا. But remember, the sin, the burden, what it does to you morally in this world, what it does to you in akhirah, is much greater than its benefit. So if you had to go up a mountain to pick up maybe $1 million, but the mountain is snake infested with the most poisonous snakes in the world, and there's no chance of you getting even quarter way up, would you risk your life for that? You'd say, you know what? Leave the $1 million, I'll keep my $10, and I'll keep my life. Because there comes a time when you make a sane decision. But if a person becomes a victim of their lusts and desires, to please the eyes, to please their body, to please their ears, guess what happens? Allah is telling us here. When they come on that day and they stand in front of Allah, their ears, their eyes, and their skin, their body will testify to Allah. Oh Allah, we were looking at this all night. And the guy is going to be, or the lady is going to be like, be quiet. But that day, boom, your mouth is sealed. Your hands are talking. Your eyes are talking. Your ears are talking. Your feet are talking. And everything you did, that because you thought you were giving your body pleasure and happiness, satisfaction, part of the trend, following the people, it's actually working against you now. And when all the stories are said and done, the person will say, وَقَالَ لِجُلُودِهِمْ لِمَا شَهِدْتُمْ عَلَيْنَا. The person will turn back and ask their body, why did you testify against us? We had a good thing going here. It was our own story. You have to tell Allah all this stuff. And they'll respond, أَنْتَقَنَ اللَّهُ أَنْتَقَنَ اللَّهُ الَّذِي أَنْتَقَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ. Today Allah has given us the power to speak, who has given everything that power to speak. So brothers and sisters, those who protect their tongues from tasting the alcohol of today will enjoy the rivers of alcohol tomorrow, inshallah. Say inshallah. Those who protect their ears from the music of the devil today will listen to the melodious, beautiful music of paradise tomorrow. Say inshallah. And those who protect their eyes today on this earth will be able to see Allah tomorrow. Say inshallah. This is what Ramadan is for. This is what Ramadan came to us to remind us. This is what you need to do. And today I asked myself a question I'll share with you. Did Ramadan come to us, or did we go to Ramadan? I'm beginning to feel we came to Ramadan. The question will be after Ramadan, do we want to leave it or do we want to stay with it? And I believe we can stay with Ramadan because the vibe that it brought us can continue. The emotions it brought to us, it can continue. And the refreshment in our faith, in our spirituality that He brought, that we experience with it, it can continue also. May Allah make this the best Ramadan. May Allah allow us to live better than this after Ramadan. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us of the dwellers of paradise. Ameen Rabbil Alameen.